Joe, obviously looking forward to it. The festival, I'm looking out over the course, it gets the juices flowing, but JPR One, probably a horse that, I don't know, has not quite managed to get to the very top, so presumably you can't think necessarily about the Queen Mother.
No, we've had a dab in that grade, even as a novice last year, we've just come up a bit short, but he's a good handicapper. He's won $100 grand handicap this season, albeit at the start of the season on some decent ground, and I think that's where we see the best of him, is when he's bouncing off some really nice ground. So he'll be left in the Queen Mother just in case something happened and it was real good ground, but I would have thought 99% certainly running a Grand Annual, as long as it's good to soft and no worse. If it turns out that we have a wet few days beforehand, then we'll put the handbrake on and we'll keep going.
But you've got 11 stone 11. It's always a race that is frenetic in its own right, and you're always vulnerable though to horses off a slightly lower weight than that. But presumably you're not. You've just been dealt this hand with this horse. He's in that no man's land.
Well, that is exactly it. He comes up a stone short of the best over 2 miles, and all we carry top weight, and he's earned that right because he's won a Grade 2 and he's won $100 grand pot. They were saying, weren't they, that most the Grand Annual winners tend to be horses who've had bad seasons, but at the same time, you know what horses are like. If you don't take your chance while it's there, then you don't do it. And I kind of had a really good chat with the owner and said that's where we are. We'll win a nice pot every season. But yeah,
so
got to the heights.
What you're saying, this race would be the icing on what has been a good season, the icing on the cake.
Yeah, but then it would be a hell of a performance off of 11, wouldn't it? Edward Stone's the same, isn't he? He's £3 higher than us and got a couple of entries. But if it's a handicap, he's rated this. He's run to this mark, I think, as well. So we'll probably roll the dice and take a chance. If he gets beat, then hopefully he gets a few pounds back.
Then looking at something else, the Changing Man, what's the thoughts there?
Yeah, well, he's a second season novice. It's taken a while to get his head in front, but he's got some decent bits of form this year. In the handicaps, we've just bumped into 1 3 times. It was lovely to get his head in front in the Reynoldstown last time, and he only went up £2, which the race fell apart a little bit, but that's a novice chase for you, and you have to jump, and it gave him a lovely confidence booster. He's joint favourite, so this has got to be the right race for him, and he turns up every time. But again, he gets in off a 10-11, so a nice racing weight. But he's fallen short in 3 handicaps already this season. Hopefully this will be his chance.
It's always a classy handicap, and it's always won by a horse that you feel is definitely heading in the right direction. And well, obviously in novices you hope they are, but this one, your horse does feel like that.
Yeah, he's improved with every run, and he's crept up the handicap with every run. And it's just nice to have got his head in front and give him that. Horses know when they win, and he enjoyed himself around Ascot. Had an easy race, and couldn't have asked for a nicer prep really. But back in the deep end again here. But he's very versatile ground wise. He goes there with a great chance in a very competitive race.
I have to say, Lord of Thunder seems to have a very good racing weight for what is the new novice hurdle.
Yeah, he does. He gets in off a 10.6. I think the cut-off will be around him, so I think but he should get in. Bit of a slow burner over hurdles, and it's been the same over fences. Was running well around here and just sort of crumpled on landing 2 out early in the autumn, and then took a backward step. But now he's just coming right. Won nicely at Newbury last time, and he wouldn't mind a bit of cut in the ground. He can handle a bit of cut in the ground, and the Thursday track will suit him as well, a bit more of a staying course. So, but he's, we've actually won this race at Sandown twice in the last 4 years, and this is the right race for him at the time.
And talking of the 2 courses, what is, just you see it now from the trainer's perspective, but when you're from a riding perspective, the new and old course, how different is it for? What are the differences between the 2?
Well, there's no doubt that you need to stay a lot better for the last 2 days. I mean, the first 2 days are much sharper track. Rides a lot sharper as well. So you need that bit of pace. So for Lord of Thunder especially, you know, he won over 2.6 and galloped right through the line at Newbury last time. So the new course or the old course, really, I've got myself confused now.
Yeah, well, whatever
the
that
Thursday
first,
course,
yeah, is a
the
Thursday
course.
Yeah.
There's certainly, like, you need to stay a bit more, and so that'll help him for sure.
And as a jockey, did you really notice the difference?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you had to be much closer, like at the top of the hill on the Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you know you had a fair bit more time on the other course.
So even coming to Cheltenham, it's horses for courses.
100%. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Any others you've got sort of lurking?
No, I'm probably just going to have the 5 runners. So we said the Changeman, JPR One. In the Albert Bartlett will run First Confession, who's a lovely young horse, but would need to step up again. I think that 3 miles can bring out some improvement. Won over 2.5 last twice, but he needs to take another step. And Lord of Thunder, Changeman, JPR One. That's it. That's the 5. Yeah.
Well, best of luck. Enjoy it. 5 doesn't sound like it's too frenetic. You can enjoy it at times, as long as your horses run well.
Yeah, we've had busier years, a lot busier years, but it's nice to have a runner at this stage every day, and you enjoy it so much.
It also reflects you've had a pretty good season, haven't you? I mean, are you at this stage of the season feeling quite comfortable with the way it's gone?
100%. Yeah, no, I've had a lovely season with some young horses, and you know, you're really pleased with how they've gone. They've been consistently turning up, and you know, I sort of set myself the target of breaking the £1 million barrier, and we're about 140,000 away from that at the moment. So it's going really well.